Hello, my actors and my actress. This is the actor dev talking, and in this video, I want to talk about Brighter and Kafka. But before I go to the code that show how to connect your Brighter application with Kafka, I want to do a quick recap. What's Kafka? So Kafka is a string system where you're going to have a topic here, um, and inside this topic you have partition. So you have partition 1, partition 2, partition 3, and partition 4. When you are create your topic, you can select the number of partition here. And so on your application here, I'm going to call producer. You are going to send this message to Kafka. Once you have a producer, you are going to send a message to Kafka here. So we're going to send a message, and Kafka will select which partition this message should go. So 1, 2, 3, or 4, and he's going to select any partition. There's an algorithm, I think it's there using hash, or maybe there's a way to configure. I have no idea. But the main idea here is once you produce a message, Kafka is going to select one partition where this message goes. You can select the partition or ensure the message with the same ID go to the same partition always. It's how Kafka works. Um, and why would you do that? Because you want to ordering. So Kafka guarantee you can consume message in parallel here uh, by the partition, but at the same time he's guarantee order inside the same partition here. So let's say we have a consumer here. So if you have a consumer, we are going to subscribe to partition to the topic. You can also subscribe to a direct partition if you wanna. It's possible. So you can consume these 4 messages in parallel, but you cannot consume the second one here without consume the first one inside this partition. So it's how Kafka guarantee um, ordering inside the same partition and concurrence between topics. So you can do this very fast. So yeah, let's go to the code. So now let me drive you into the code. And here I'm going to explain first the package that you need. So this first package here is the the implementation for Kafka on Brighter. So here you can connect to Kafka. This tool here is to allow you to create on your host building to connect to Kafka for consumer part. And this next one here is only for logging if you want. And I'm using .NET 9, but .NET 8 should be fine as well. So if I go here in the program, in its first line here is just config logging. I'm using information because it's simple and it's less frequent. If you have some problem, I recommend you to use debug because Brighter log a lot of information. So I create my gateway configuration here where I set my application name, the server that I need, username and password. This tool isn't necessary on this sample, but I put here as reference for you. And the security protocol, I'm using Plantex because I'm running this locally. This one is just for hosting the server. So when your application start up, Brighter will start up the consumer. So as soon as it starts your application, it's going to start the consume message from your Kafka. Here you have your subscription. So how it's going to tell you information about the how you connect to Kafka or the topic name. So this first one here is for login, and the second as well. So they are optional. You don't need this information. Maybe channel name you need. This thing here, it's the topic name. So if you put here topic name, then you have the group ID. This group ID is used by Kafka. It's mainly used for tracking where you are, well, what was your last offset or the last message you have consumed for a partition. So it's used by Kafka. Here I'm telling I want to create the topic if not exists, and this one is the number of performers. Brighter work as pre-assumption. So the number of performers here is going to be the number of threads you are going to have inside your application. In the future, I want to explain better how this works internally, and he's going to create the threads that you said that you need for this consumer here. And here I'm configuring the producer and the same. So I'm saying I want to create a channel, and I'm going to use this topic here. And here I'm just asking a name and publish it using this get greeting. Another fun fact here, it's fast when you're using Kafka. It's fast to use post than async post version. Why? Because it's how Kafka implement your connection or the .NET library config implement they push message to Kafka. So it's faster use sync version than asynchronous. And here a bit explanation. So here is my message. This is my message mapper. I'm just use JSON serializer, path ID, timestamp, and if you want a Kafka key, a partition key, you can use here partition key. It's equal, and you can put something here, for example, like test. Yeah, and if whatever you put on this partition key, and here it's my handler. To process this message, I'm going to use a simple login. So it's a simple information here. And that's all. So let's try to run our application here. Yeah, before that, let me explain this one here. Uh, there is a Docker file, if it is interesting, uh, where I have configured Kafka. There is a better way. I just have this for my sample, so I just copy and paste. So I'm using Zookeeper. As far as I remember, Zookeeper is not necessary anymore. A Kafka and a Kafka UI, so I can see the topic and the message inside that topic. So let's run our application. That not .NET run. I forgot to enter the folder. .NET run. So if you came here, I can come here in my program, for example, and you can see here I'm waiting 10 seconds to process message just to have a cleaner login. So if I come here, hello, you can see my message was processed, and with this ID here, the pipeline, yeah, let's wait more than seconds. Hello again. Why he's processed that? Let's make a small change here, and let's say we want to have header dot partition key. It's going to be test. Okay. So test key. That's partition key here. So if I came here, he stopped my application. Let's rerun again. He's going to publish it, and we can put hello from partition. As you can see here, everything is good. We received this hello from partition. Yeah. Okay, so now let's go to our Kafka UI. You can see here my partition here. Here my value. You can see hello again, and hello the brighter headers. That's the default one. It's mainly to be used by Bright internally only. And that's it, folks. So in the next video, I want to about Brighter. I want to explain another message gateway. Yeah, if you have any doubts or anything that's not clear, please let me know and I can try to answer a question. So yeah, have a good day and see ya.